right, let's get to rapid reactions. Week 1, our takeaways on ones that really stood out to us in the opening act of the NFL season. Ryan, what caught your attention?
All right, I'm going to start with I thought the San Francisco 49ers on the defensive side of the ball looked much improved yesterday. And that was my pick preseason to win the NFC. They were 9-1. Purdy's back healthy, CMC's back healthy. Eventually they're going to get Brandon Ayuk. Now I'm kind of out on the Niners long term, man, right? I mean, they're going to get these guys back, we hope eventually, but Kittle's expected to miss some time here. Purdy may miss some time here, which means you're going to Mac Jones in the year 2025. I don't think this is an overreaction, what we're seeing in the market today for the Green Bay Packers, though. Now, is this me being a little bit of a homer? Yes, but Jordan Love went from 25-1 to win MVP down to 12-1. The Packers now are, what do they have? The second best odds? They're the second favorites, the co-favorites in the NFC. And I like Green Bay a lot, man. Like I said, Micah Parsons, even if he's dealing with a back injury, even if he's situational until he's fully healthy or till he figures out the defense a little bit more, Rashawn Gary is going to eat this year. Van Ness is finally going to have a breakout season this year because Micah, when he is on the field, especially on third downs, is going to see double teams. So I think the defensive side of the ball for Green Bay is going to be much improved. And Jordan Love looked good yesterday. He missed a couple throws, but he looked good. So I gotta take time to do this. I need to apologize for ripping the draft pick. I need to apologize to the great Brian Gutekunst for ripping the draft pick. Now, I'll always love Aaron Rodgers. I'll always be stubborn with my love for Aaron Rodgers, but he was right, man. And Jordan Love looked good yesterday, and it looks like he finally has the trust of Matt LaFleur. It looked more like the Jordan Love offense. They're still going to be run first certain weeks with Josh Jacobs, but Green Bay looked damn good yesterday. I know it's week 1. I know I expect Detroit to take a step back, and it was a home game, but I'm really high on the Packers, man. So I had to add a little Super Bowl future, even at a crappy price, because I'm a homer and I didn't have enough Green Bay Packers. And go Jordan Love, go Green Bay, go Pack, go. Great day.
All right, yeah, no bias baked into that whatsoever. And my hardest takeaway, what I saw immediately, Daniel Jones is not going to relinquish the starting gig. Rest of season, I will say that right now. I will scroll it in blood. I will draw that line in the sand. Anthony Richardson's not going to get that gig back at all, as Indianapolis absolutely pummeled, body slammed, suplexed the Miami Dolphins 33-8. And Daniel Jones, the second most valuable quarterback in fantasy so far in week 1, 272 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, no INTs, 26 rushing, and two rushing TDs. Again, the second most valuable fantasy line in week 1. A guy that had a 9.4 YPA, 7.98 a 75.9 adjusted completion percentage, and a 115.9 passer rating. Next 3 will be tough. Based on what we saw in week 1 to get the Denver Broncos. That's going to be a real proving ground, though that one at home and there in the Circle City. Then you go on the road at Tennessee, played extraordinarily well against the aforementioned Denver Broncos, and then against the LA Rams. So the proof is really going to be in the pudding, but Daniel Jones, one of those guys who's got a decent floor because he runs. And he's accurate. He was quarterback 10 last season and adjusted completion percentage. Got the ball really involved with a number of receivers. I love having him as a backup on my Superflex squad, and I wish I had him in my lineup, say over, I don't know, Joe Burrow, who gave me less than 10 fantasy points as Jones went out and scored 30-plus. So that was one of the biggest takeaways of mine in week 1. Horvey, give me another.
All right, man. I said I thought that the Giants had a good chance to go over 5.5 wins and they were going to be more competitive. I was wrong. I think they could still have a top 10 defense and finish with 3 to 4 wins unless they go to Jackson Dart and unless he's NFL ready. If they do go to Jackson Dart, who comes from the most quarterback-friendly offense in college football at Ole Miss under Lane Kiffin into this Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka situation, the defense is going to be good, man. And I do like the weapons. I will say this. I think Malik Neighbors is going to have a bounce back week 2 because they get the Dallas Cowboys secondary and that defense is horrendous. But man, 2 quarterback leagues, dynasty leagues, you should be happy if you got Jackson Dart because we could see him by week 4, man. Russ did not look good yesterday. Granted, he was the leading rusher. That's not a good thing, right? So I think the Giants, everybody was right. They're going to suck. Tough schedule, and they don't have a lot of talent at the quarterback position. But I think we'll see Dart sooner rather than later.
All right, I got this terribly wrong, folks. I get stuff wrong all the time. And then we, shift the beliefs and we shift the narratives. And how about Jacory Croskey-Merritt? I think he's going to be the main man. Apparently the guy there in week one, at least the most productive guy in that backfield. Chris Rodriguez was a healthy scratch. It was a little bit shocking to me. JCM went out, had 10 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Only had one target, did not record a reception. Still, he was the top 10 fantasy performer at the running back position. An appreciable 4.20 yards after contact per attempt, forced 3 missed tackles. He played only 8 snaps compared to Austin Eckler with 9. Excuse me, he had a dozen snaps. Jeremy McNichols played 8. Eckler played 9. So still going to be a full-blown RBBC. And you look at the schedule upcoming, not all that savory. Next 3 games at Green Bay, Vegas, which was number 4 in rush EPAD in week 1, and then at the Atlanta Falcons. All 3 of those defenses top 10 in rush EPA after 1 week. So don't get too excited. Maybe you shop his services. Somebody may overpay for JCM, but it's going to be sooner or later. He's going to lead this RBBC in the nation's capital. Give me another rapid reaction to week 1, mi amigo.
All right, there was a couple different places I could go, but I want to go to Jacksonville because I feel really good about the Jags, although the Colts look good week 1. I think a lot of that had to do with they played the dumpster fire that is the Miami Dolphins. I think I got 2 overreactions. I think Bryce Young, unfortunately, still sucks. Carolina's most likely drafting a quarterback next year. Brutal. Fumble loss, another terrible pick in the first half. Didn't get much better in the second half after that rain delay, but I like what I saw from Jacksonville last week or yesterday, especially on the defensive side of the ball, man. They're healthy this year. I like the offseason pickups. And Trevor Lawrence played all right, but I feel like it's going to be tough, other than Bretton Strange, to predict who's going to go off in fantasy because of the Liam Cohen offense. Now, Travis Etienne, is he going to give us 16 carries for 143 yards every week? Probably not. But I do think that the Jags are going to win the AFC South, and you can still get that right now, 2-1. So the better numbers are gone, but I love Jacksonville this year, man. I don't think it's an overreaction. I think they win that division plus 200. And I think there's a good chance Liam Cohen wins Coach of the Year, so I'd grab a little bit of that too.
Let's go to the backfield up there in the Great Northwest, and I found this shocking, rather jarring, that Zach Charbonnet was more valuable than Kenneth Walker III. A full-blown RBBC. It was practically a 50-50 split there in week 1. You look at what Charbonnet did, 12 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Did not have a single target in the pass game. Meanwhile, Walker III, 10 carries for 20 yards, 3 receptions for 4. Charbonnet was top 20. Walker, the third, number 49. Their snaps nearly identical. I think it's going to be more of the same moving forward. Could be a hot hand situation next 3 games. At Pittsburgh, we'll see what version of the Steelers defense shows up. Man, they got absolutely skewered by the Jets on the ground there in week 1. And then the Saints, another defense lackluster in terms of their run D overall. Then at Arizona, more formidable. But I'm telling you, folks, Zach Charbonnet, he's going to be a thorn in the side of Kenneth Walker all season long.